Hey guys, welcome back to Treasure Hunters. We are now on chapter 51. So let's just jump right back in and get started. So Beck and I clanked up the spiral of the metal steps as quickly as we could, bringing the evidence with us. We're pretty sure that Labrose is the forger behind these fake Bill of Rights that Professor Hingelbert keeps finding, I said, showing Tommy, Storm, and Uncle Richie the sheet of parchment we had found down in the basement art studio. And this is probably the quill pen she's used to do it. And check this out, said Beck, opening up the file with the incriminating email. Word for word instructions on what the revised First Amendment should say. Storm scanned the email. It's an exact match with the wording on all the ones Professor Hingelbert and his associates say they found. Uncle Richie clapped Beck and me on the shoulders. Well done, you two. Well done indeed. Yeah, said Tommy. You two totally cracked this case wide open. Storm nodded. We may not have found the stolen art masterpieces, but we may have uncovered an even more important truth about Professor Hingelbert and his threat to all that America stands for. We need to tell Mom and Dad, I blurted. The sooner the better, said Uncle Richie. I've got bars on my phone, said Tommy. We can video call them right now. Tommy tapped in Mom's phone number. She didn't answer. Well, that's weird. So he tapped in Dad's number. He didn't answer either. You think they blocked my number? Try Mom again, I suggested. And Tommy did. This time, she answered. Sorry, Tommy, she said in a whisper. We really can't talk right now. We're at a lecture. Professor Hingelbert found another original Bill of Rights. She swung her phone around so we could see Professor Hingelbert standing at the podium in a college lecture hall. The place was packed. There we go. Reporters, scholars, dignified looking people, it's packed. We're probably senators and cabinet secretaries are here too. And so, said Professor Hingelbert, with the discovery of these four original, authentic parchment copies of the Bill of Rights, including the one my associate Nathan Collier and his treasure hunting team retrieved from England just this morning, we must question the legitimacy of the so-called Bill of Rights currently on display at the National Archives. That same list of lies has been published in countless textbooks for 200 years. Those so-called freedoms are part of a vast, centuries-old conspiracy to warp our founding fathers' original intentions to secure law and order instead of chaos. Someone in the audience booed. Professor Hingelbert grinned. Oh, I see. The conspiracy to divert America from its true course is still alive. And while today, here in our nation's capital, well, boo all you want, ladies and gentlemen. That will not deter me from speaking the truth. And he waved the document in the air. Read the Bill of Rights, the real one. Freedom was never meant to be the core values of America. Order and discipline and restraint were what the founding fathers had in mind. Long live efficiency and self-control. We're now on to chapter 52. We need to take whatever evidence we can gather to Washington immediately, said Uncle Richie, pointing his finger triumphantly to the ceiling. He looked like Teddy Roosevelt, leading his Rough Riders up San Juan Hill. We have work to do, children, for freedom is not a gift which can be enjoyed, saved by those who show themselves worthy of it. Now, He sounded like Teddy Roosevelt because I'm pretty sure that last little bit was a direct quote. That was a line from a speech President Theodore Roosevelt made at Gettysburg in 1904, said Storm, and she nailed it. Bully for you, Storm. Abraham Lincoln wasn't the only president to give a Gettysburg address, where many so died to set men free. But enough with the speechifying. There's work to be done. Beck, pack up the parchment, the email, and that quill pen. Tommy, Storm, roll up a few of those forged paintings. You think it'll be enough proof to debunk that nutty professor's claim? I wish we had more, Bick, Uncle Richie said with a sigh. Some direct link between Hingelbert and La Brosse, but for now, these items will have to suffice. If we are fortunate, perhaps other evidence shall fall into our hands. But remember, fortune favors the bold. So let us boldly go to Washington. Tommy raised his hand. Yes, Tommy. How are we going to get there? The train? There's an Amtrak Express leaving Philadelphia's 30th Street station at 4:18, said Storm, who I guess memorizes train schedules in her spare time. Who knows? Arriving in Washington's Union Station at 6:04. Bully, said Uncle Richie. We need to be on that train. We packed up all the proof we could, including 3 copies of the Vermeer, grabbed a cab to the Philly train station, and hopped on the train. The express rumbled south through Wilmington, Delaware, Baltimore, Maryland, and my stomach started to churn. There you go. I'm kind of hungry, I announced. Me too, said Tommy. Well then, as a refined world traveler, allow me to make a recommendation. The hot dogs in the Amtrak Cafe car are some of the finest on the planet. I suggest you accompany them with some mustard, relish, and a bag of salty chips. He kissed his thumb and forefinger. Magnifique. Sounds great, I said, standing up. You guys want anything? Bring me one dog with everything on it, said Uncle Richie. Storm and Beck were interested in hot dogs, but they did get into a conversation about whether a hot dog is a sandwich. It's one of the greatest unanswerable questions of all time, by the way. Tommy and I made our way between cars, moving toward the center of the train where the food was located. We had to pass through the quiet car, where nobody talked, not even on their phones, and a pair of noisy cars where everybody talked, especially on their phones. Finally, we stopped through a whooshing door and entered the cafe car. There was a line at the counter and several people seated on stools at a long bar, eating food out of cardboard containers. Hello, Tommy. Bickford. One of those diners knew who we were, and we definitely knew who she was too. Trouble. I'm wondering if it's a character that they left a while ago. Well, we'll just have to come back to chapter 53 and find out, right? We're getting close to the end. Wonder if they're going to be able to pin Professor Hingelbert with this. I hope so. Meet me back here tomorrow and we'll continue reading. Have a good day.